What's going on, guys? It's Jake. So I just finished a pretty sick Minecraft stream, which if you don't know, I stream on Twitch, link in the description down below, go follow. But I just finished streaming and then I checked my Discord and there was even some comments in my stream that Aiga is going to be coming back in Beyblad Burst Sparking. So let's talk about it. Before we get on to the news, if we could hit 500 likes on this video, that would be amazing. And hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation and join the Nook Nation Discord. Links in the description down below, of course. But anyways, let's talk about Aiga. So on the official Japanese Beyblade website, which is beyblade.jp, they mention that Aiga is going to be returning in this upcoming episode of Beyblad Burst Sparking, which is episode 20. The episode is premiering on August 7th, and they're actually making a bit of a campaign for it. They're actually releasing pretty much all of the episodes of Beyblade Burst Cho Z or Super Z, as depending on how you call it, on YouTube for free. And I don't think it's region locked either, and while I don't think it has subtitles, you can go and kind of watch all of the episodes or kind of just skip through it just on YouTube, and they have a whole playlist for it as well, and that is going to be in my Discord and also in a link in the description down below. So you guys can go and watch one of the most loved and also the most hated seasons of Beyblade Burst. My opinion, while the show kind of started off weak and some of the characters were a little it wrapped up really well and had, in my opinion, the best boss, or the best final boss, the best villain that we've had in Beyblade Burst, which is PHI. So I definitely think it's worth watching, so I'd go give it a watch. But anyways, moving back on to Aiga, now that we know he is coming back in Beyblade Burst Sparking, and it was assumed he was going to. I mean, he was on the legendary Blader list, he was on the poster, so it's just cool to see him this early. We can maybe assume that we are also going to be getting an Achilles pretty soon. Maybe not in August, because they're already releasing the triple booster set here in just like a week or two, actually. But maybe there's something at the end of August they're releasing, or it could be a September release. And recently there was also a tweet that was posted, which you can believe it or not, it's still kind of up in the air, but it kind of lists out or lays out some of the releases all the way up until January, and it tells you whether or not it's a set or what type it is. So looking at the tweet, we're looking at the release schedule. In August, we are getting the triple booster set, which is the dragon set, of course. That is already known. The September release is a question mark. There's no information for this at all, and this could be where the Achilles comes in, because the next one, which is October B173, it's listed as Random Booster 22 Legend Balance, which means that it's going to have a balance bay and it is a legendary blader. Now, what could this really be? If they're having Aiga come in this soon, it wouldn't really make sense for his character to have him in the show and then him just not battle anybody, because he doesn't really have that mentor role like Shu does. If you see Aiga, he's most likely going to want to battle the new characters, battle whenever he can, battle Vault even, whatever. Shu I could see him being a little bit more reserved, kind of talking about the new villain, which is Lean Walhalla, and then maybe he'll battle whenever he kind of needs to. So what I am thinking is that B172 is going to be Aiga's Bay, whatever it is. I mean, it could also be like a launcher or some sort of accessory. I'm thinking that that one is going to be Aiga, and then October's random booster is going to be a prize for Spriggan. Now you're probably thinking like, oh man, like I'm gonna have to buy an entire set or hope I get lucky and get a Spriggan, and that kind of sucks, but it does make sense because Spriggan has not been released on its own since Spriggan Requiem all the way back in God. Cho Z Spriggan was released in a customized set, so it's a bigger set. Lord Spriggan was released in a triple set, which sad that that one did not show up in the anime, but now we're getting another Spriggan, possibly. I don't think that they'll release it by itself. I feel like Takara Tomy is going to want to make as much money as possible, and they're going to put it in some sort of set, or here could be a random booster. But just so we can look at the rest of this release schedule and kind of talk about it, because I don't really want to make a full video going over it. November, it says B174 all-in-one set Evolution Bay. So an all-in-one sets, I'm not really sure what that could be. I assume maybe it's another triple set. It could be a customized set where it has like 4 bays or something, and it does say evolution, which means it's probably an evolution to maybe Hyperion, to Helios, or even, since it's a set, it could be an evolution to both of them. B175 is Rival Evolution Defense. Now, I'm actually thinking that this could be the evolution to Lean Walhalla's Bay, variant Lucifer. And you're probably thinking to that, like, you know, that doesn't really make any sense because the last release is where you see evolutions to the enemy or the villain's bay. But I don't really think Lean Walhalla is going to be the final villain. For a while, we thought that Delta was going to be the villain of Beyblade Burst GT. Turns out he was just kind of a rival, but the end villain of GT was Gwen and Arthur. Specifically Gwen, and Gwen did not pop up until way later on in the show. So I feel like we've seen Lean too early for him to be the final villain. B176 is another random booster, and it is random booster 23, and the prize is an attack. Because it doesn't say legend attack, I'm thinking it won't be a legend bay. I'm not really sure though. It could be a bay that we've seen before. Attack would make sense for maybe a Excalibur or something. That would be kind of cool. It could also be just a brand new bay, which would be fine as well. And then the January release, B177, is a Legend Defense bay. And it says Legend Defense, which means it's not Lean, it's not any of the new characters. It is a legendary bay. And one of the only Legend Defense bays that I could see them releasing in January, which typically is where villain bays come out. Think of some other like January releases. I think we had Dead Phoenix come out in January for God. I think in GT, we had, I think, Big Bang Genesis or Genesis. So a villain releasing in the January release would just make sense. So it'd be pretty crazy if at the end of the day, the final boss of Sparking turned out to be PHI. I don't know. I don't want to like say that that's true or speculate too much, because if I speculate too much this early, it's going to put it in people's minds that that is what's happening, and that's not confirmed. But, you know, it could be. That is going to wrap up this video, guys. Overall, we have a kind of rumored release schedule listing. We also have Aiga confirmed to be returning, which means that we are most likely, like 95% sure, we're going to be getting a new Achilles, and that could be a possible August or September release. But anyways, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation, and I mentioned that I do stream on Twitch a little bit earlier in this video, so if you want to follow me on Twitch, links will be in the description down below. But like this video if you haven't. We're trying to hit 500 likes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun, and bay away.